Hello everyone, my name is Cristo J. Labine and I'm going to explain our code when it comes to our product inventory management system. So let's start with our first one of our script JavaScript, which is the class product with the constructor of the objects of object name, object price, and object quantity. This follows the JavaScript object-oriented programming by also using this to use for the specific object, which is the this.name is equals to name, this.price is equals to price, this.quantity is equals to quantity. So this one, or the our first code, is also the initialization for our class product. And we also use the let products square bracket, which is to store or to actually to initialize the array. And then we also have the jQuery command, which is the document ready function, which meaning of it is the JavaScript will wait until the HTML is ready, and then if the HTML is ready, the JavaScript will open or will continue or will run.
Mga greetings, my name is Bonjo Maria S. Lagata and I will be explaining what happens when you click the add button. So as you can see in the code, we have the jQuery syntax and inside it is the ID of the add button, which is the button add. And whenever every single element that has the button add ID is clicked, it will perform the function inside it. So let's go inside the function. First, it will declare a variable named product and it will hold the values of the returned data by the getFormData function. And then next line, it will push that variable into the array which is named products. And after pushing or adding that uh, data from to the array, it will call the render table function, which will basically display the table, and finally call the clear form function, which will clear the input fields of the HTML or the website.
Greetings, Sir Janus. My name is Sam Datoy, and I will explain the delete button in table and clear function in our script. Then let's start to delete button. So we declare a query selector to document since the delete button doesn't declare in HTML. So it's only appear or in render table in our script. So we call that document since in the document we find the button or the delete button. Then it has event of click. Then the function of this delete button is we declare another variable which is the index where it retrieves the data ID of the selected product. Then after that we call the products array. Then we use the splice. So where the selected index, that's why there's an index, then the other one yung how many or how many should be deleted. So we put 1 2, so only the row of the selected product will be deleted. Then next is render table. So it will print or show the latest render table of the product table.
I'm Angie Odbina. I'll be explaining the ascending and descending sorting of our code. So, first in the document, that ready function, we have the jQuery that get the ID of sorting ascending and sort descending button. So, if the user click the sort A to Z, the sort ascending function would the inside function of the sort ascending would run, and it will call the function manual sort, and it will give the 8 true value. So here in the function manual sort, we have the product that sort, which is a built-in method of JavaScript, and it will pass the value of A and B, which is a, for example, it is a index 0 and index 1 of an array, and it will pass to function. And inside the sort function, we have the let name a, which is um, a value that transform to lowercase, and same to name b. It is a variable of b that is transformed to lowercase. Then next we have a if statement. If is ascending is true, so if the user click the sort ascending, it will become true and will execute the if statement. Inside this if statement, we have return name a dot local compare b. Name b, so name it will compare the name a to name b. If it comes before name b, then it will become true, and name a will it will return the name a. And same logic to the else, return name b that local compare name a. So it will compare the name b to name a. Then if it's true, then it would return the name b. So that's all for my part. Thank you very much.
So for our next one naman, we also have the function getFormData. So what is the function getFormData? This is where the user will valid or input their valid input in the form. So we also have here the let product name, let product price, and let product quantity. So let's start with our let product name, using the let product name, which is the ID of the product name, which the user will input here the name of the product, and then using the jQuery method val or the value, it will return as a text. So for example, if the user put bed, it will return as a bed. And then we also have the let product price parse float product price dot val. So what does it do? So the product price, this the as we all know, price needed a decimal. But val or the jQuery method val or value return as a text. So what do we do? So we use the parse float for the decimal to parse or to return as a string or text for rather. So the parse float will return as a decimal but into a text. So same as the product quantity, but just we use a parse integer for the product quantity, since we need a whole number and not a decimal. Now for the return new product name, product price, and product quantity, this one is where we put the new object or the input value, and then we put it in the within the new object, which is the new product. So it will return the new value, and it will return based on the value input of the users. Thank you.
So first we made the function called render table, and inside that function we have jQuery helper with dot HTML, which removes everything inside the table, and don't so preventing getting duplicates. So when you always start your table, you always start fresh without any contents inside it. And we have loop uh, each loop where products, and it has a function index that it has a parameter index and product. uh, it just iterates through the table in the array in the products array one by one, and index is the product position and 0 1 2 and product with the name with the actual product with the actual content, name, product, and the price. no, name, price, and quantity. And it lets, we have a calculation here, let total product dot price multiplied by product dot quantity. Uh, so we can get the total value. And a row of HTML. So first we created a TR, which is table row, and TD, which is table data. Product number, index plus 1. And product name, price, quantity, total value. And delete button, data dash ID, set to products index. Set to product index so you know which one to remove later. And add row to the table. We have jQuery helper also here, product table body, and append to the row. It will add to the table. Push. It will append on the last position in the table. Puts that row the bottom. Yeah, finish. And once all the process is done, it will finish the loop. So it just iterates through all the products that are inserted.
Next is the function clear form, where the private variables will be called from the HTML to JavaScript, which is the product name, product price, and product quantity. Then, in this function, we change or set the value of each variable into null. That's all for clear form and delete button. Thank you.